Okay, we're gonna make chicken Alfredo tonight for dinner. I'm gonna show you how to make the Alfredo sauce. It is so simple, you guys. It's simple. So you need a cup and a half of butter, 4.5 cups of heavy cream, 2 tablespoons of garlic, 1.5 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, a teaspoon of pepper, and 6 cups of, if you have it, freshly grated Parmesan. If you don't have it, any Parmesan that you have available is fine. I have this available because sometimes it goes on sale. It's really, really cheap. And so I get it when things are cheap like that. Suki's gonna go ahead and grate it on my, oh my
Antique?
gosh. It must be, oh my gosh. I've had this since you and I got married almost 25 years ago.
It's an antique now.
Yeah. It's got to be at least 45 years
Yeah.
old. But it's still going strong. So anyway, she's gonna, oh, it's missing some stuff. She's gonna go ahead and get my Parmesan grated up for me. I need 6 cups, 6? Yes, 6 cups. And I'm gonna pull this together, and then for the chicken, I'm just using chicken breasts, and I'm going to kind of grill them. I'm going to brown them up on both sides in some butter and olive oil, and I'm going to slice them. And I'm also going to can some of this for myself and the kids. We're going to use regular egg noodles, and for Glenn, we're going to use his puck with low carb noodles. It's called Bammy, and they're the best noodles we've found so far. So that's what we're doing today. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna melt our butter. And basically it's gonna be, we're gonna add, just after the butter melts, we're gonna add in our cream, and then we're gonna add our garlic, and Italian seasoning, cheese and our pepper, and like I said, this is just a super easy recipe. If you're gonna just can the Alfredo sauce, it just needs to go for a good hour because it's got dairy in it, but it doesn't have meat in it. Now, if you're gonna can it with your chicken in it already, you're gonna go for the 3 hours. And just to answer a question that I get a lot, we're gonna put noodles in, which I do can with noodles. No, the noodles do not get mushy. They are perfect, they are great, but what I will tell you is that you need to have, your sauce needs to be a little thinner. So I recommend just adding some whole milk to it, or half and half even, because it's gonna thicken while it's in there. And make sure that when you fill your jars, I leave 1.5 inches of headspace because, okay, sorry about that, my alarm went off. Anyway, everything in it's gonna expand, and you don't want it to siphon. So always leave like 1.5 inches for it. If you're just gonna do the Alfredo sauce itself, then 1 inch is fine. But once you get the noodles and the chicken in there, all of that's gonna expand. So we're gonna get this melted, and we're going to come back, and we're gonna add all of our ingredients in. But before we go, I have a question. So this is the rind from the Parmesan cheese. And I've always thrown it away, but I just feel like, I mean, it smells like Parmesan, and I just feel like it's such a waste. So what I need to know is, can I just go ahead and shred this and use it, or is it not gonna work? Is that too waxy? I don't know. I just feel like it's a waste. You pay for it by the pound, yet you're throwing away a good couple ounces, and to me that's a super huge waste. So I'm going to hang on to this one and see if I get some answers. Okay, so I have 4 cups of my cream right here, and I'm just gonna whisk it into my butter here. This is a recipe. This is low carb, but it is not. It is got a high fat content. So I need 4.5 cups of heavy whipping cream, but I'm gonna add an additional 1.5 cups because I need to make enough that I'll be able to can some, and I need to be able to thin that out. Okay. So I'm gonna get that in there. I'm gonna turn my heat back on. Okay, and then to this, I'm gonna add my garlic, which is 2 tablespoons. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna add my Italian seasoning first, which is a teaspoon and a half. I have to be honest with you, I typically don't measure my stuff. I might get rid of these because of that, because it's a pain in the butt, that's why. So I'm gonna, this is how I know. There we go, and a little bit extra. You gotta be careful with your Italian seasoning because it can really overpower whatever it is you're using. Okay. So we need 2 tablespoons of garlic. If you have fresh garlic, great. Use it. I don't right now, so I'm using the next best thing. You have whatever garlic you have, powdered, dehydrated, whatever. Okay, so you get this mixed really well. Do not, well, I shouldn't say do not. Parmesan cheese is very salty, so I do not recommend that you put any salt in here. I do recommend that you put some pepper in here. Also, I forgot to tell you that I use about a cup of mozzarella in this recipe. For whatever reason, I don't have it. I don't have it written down. So I'm going to, and I'll put it in the recipe. I haven't been posting my recipes because, oh shoot, I put the whole 8 cups in there. Dang it. Okay, I'm gonna have, it's okay, because you know what? The more the merrier. So I am gonna be adding, of course, a little bit more of everything. Basically, cream. This is gonna be absolutely delicious. However, yeah. Okay, so I used about 7 cups of cream, and I may have to, I may have to go get more. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, my recipes. I took a lot of my recipes down, and I haven't been posting them. I did post the last thing I did, which I think it was my, I don't know, was it my brownies or I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what it was. But what I found is some people who are in this group and they're in other groups, and other members who are also in those groups, they have been finding not just mine, but other people's recipes posted in those groups, and they're taking credit for them. Also, it has been done within our group where people are taking those recipes and they are putting them in a different format, but it's the same exact recipe and it's the same exact process. So, but by me not posting my recipes, people are losing out. And one of the reasons that you're here is to see not only, what you can do, what you can, but also to get those recipes that work best with you. So all I'm going to say is I'm going to post my recipes. And if you choose to take a recipe of mine or anybody else's and claim it as your own, well, there really isn't anything I can do about that. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay, so you can see this is going to be really super thick. So I am going to have to get some more cream, which I don't have. So I'm going to add some whole milk to this. It's not going to change the flavor, but it's going to give me a lot. So we'll come back. Okay, so we have our Alfredo sauce made. So now we're going to fry up our chicken. And I use butter and olive oil because it just makes it nice and crispy. I don't dredge it in anything. I will put nothing on it except maybe some pepper. And then when it's done, I'm going to cut it in slices, and that's how it'll be served. When I can it, it's going to go in, I'm going to cut it into chunks. It'll just work better that way. So when we come back, this will be all melted, and then we can get started. Sure. All right. My kids are annoying me tonight. I guess that's the job of kids. These are still a little frozen, but I'll put a lid on them. They'll fall out as we go. Okay, so I had Glenn get out 6 pounds. Was it 6? Yeah, 6 pounds of chicken, and I don't think we're gonna need 6 pounds. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna end up canning that so that when I do this again, it'll all be ready. So we're gonna brown these nice and beautiful on both sides. I have butter and olive oil. It gives it a nice, deep browned color. I guess right here is what you're looking for. Good stuff. Okay, dinner's gonna be late because of lunch. Okay, so that's what our chicken needs to look like. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna set this in the oven while we wait for the noodles to be done. I'm gonna make this stuff. And Suki is making a lot of noise. This is what happens when you don't pay attention to what you're doing. Alfredo sauce with the whisk that's disappearing.
I know.
Don't honeydew, this whisk will not fall in anywhere. We're good to go on this one. You might have to stand up. Okay, so Glenn's noodles, put it on there. And his chicken. And this amazing, I know it's amazing. I do. Okay, I don't have any parsley, so. And we have a salad here, but I guess nobody wanted to serve him up. So as his wife, I will go ahead and I'll do that. Okay. Okay, now he's gonna give it a try so that we can all pray and eat. And
Pretty good.
is it good? I'll can some up for you.
Good.
Quiet. Okay, so I'm gonna do this and this. This and this. Okay. And then I'm gonna put some, I did not thin this sauce out, but I think it's gonna be okay. Once I get everything in there, see how it's not all the way down at the bottom? I want to make sure that every pocket is filled. Okay, so it's got to go all the way down in there, getting those air bubbles out and making sure every pocket is filled. Okay? Then I'm going to put just a little more sauce in there. I want to leave about 1.5 inches. It's a little bit much. About 1.5 inches of headspace. Okay? That's a little bit much. I don't want to have too much in there because I don't want it to siphon. Okay? So there we are. All right, good. So we have our noodles and we have our chicken and we have our sauce. Same thing for, I have to wipe this off anyway, so I'm just going to pop his in there. Okay, I want to put noodles in there and chicken, this, and the sauce. And then with this, I'm going to take, and I'll get this down into everything. Okay, and this is going to be water bath for 3 hours. However, I'm also going to do the sauce, and because it doesn't have meat in it, I'm going to do it for, it's going to go for 1 hour. Right?
I hate to ask this, can you can it? Because there's cornstarch or whatever in there?
There's not, it's clear gel.
Oh, that was in the yellow
Yeah.
container?
It's clear gel.
Okay. I didn't know, that's why I'm asking.
It was in the yellow container?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna can it anyway, because if it was in the yellow container, it was probably cornstarch. So. But I guess you'll be able to see, guys, what happens when you plant something with cornstarch. Okay? There we go. That's it. So, yes, I did use cornstarch in there, but I did not use a lot of cornstarch. So it's okay to use a small amount. Typically, I use clear gel. That for clear gel for cooking. Okay, but Glenn, he saw the little yellow container and saw there was cornstarch, and so he wanted to make sure that I was giving you the information that you needed. And so, a little bit of cornstarch, a little bit of flour is okay. So, are we good, Glenn? Did I explain everything just fine? Ooh, I'm so glad spring is coming because I need fertilizer for my garden. I'm done.